I told my husband a guy flirted with me and I liked it, now he's divorcing me. Yeah. The title is right. Am I insensitive to think this is a little bit dramatic? Backstory. My husband and I have not been in a good place at all since day 2 years. There has been continued lies, hiding OnlyFans/porn behind my back, and the most recent him contacting escorts. Really no attempt at reconciling. He denies, but I saw the texts, I saw everything. I've stupidly stayed in hopes things would get better, but I think I just need a wake-up call. This might have been it. Fast forward to the other day, we got into an argument, and in the heat of the moment, out of spite, I told him that I had a crush and flirted with a service worker I had met at a local shop. For context, I've seen this service worker maybe 4x at most. I don't know his name or anything about him. Each time I have came in, it's a small town, I'm sure he recognized me, he's been innocently flirty and sweet. The first few times, I paid no attention, but after I noticed a pattern I assumed he thought I was attractive, and I admittedly liked that attention. Let's be clear, I never sought this attention out. I never woke up and said I want to go to XYZ to get attention from this service worker. I just happened to see him the few times I had gone there. It was innocent. I struggle with insecurity and mental health and haven't been getting what I need out of this dead marriage for a long time. It was nice to think at least somebody out there thought maybe I was cute. Maybe it was all in my head. That's it. That's the extent of it. My husband has now accused me of cheating and is treating me so horribly. Calling me names, telling me to sleep on the couch, threatening to put on our 30 days at our rental. I just don't understand. He has done much worse, but he doesn't see it that way. He says flirting is cheating, which is also what I said after his first offense. I just don't understand the cruelty. He does not want to work on anything and says he doesn't need a therapist to tell him anything. He is divorcing me. How did this become my life? Comment. So he can do it but you can't. I'd be petty as hell. If you can contact escorts and pay for OnlyFans, I can flirt with someone. Go ahead with the divorce, I'll see if Mr. Crush is available to occupy my newfound freedom. You should have left him long ago, honey. He now trying to make you the bad guy. Don't sit there and take it, beat him to it and hand him divorce papers. So you're saying your husband has contacted escorts? Been on OnlyFans? To me, OnlyFans in itself is cheating. So your husband is a loser. However, it kind of sounds like you're trying to minimize your own behavior. Maybe get a little girled to death and feel better. Your husband cheated. I'd consider OnlyFans cheating. Escorts definitely as cheating. You have to realize though, you are still married and you are admittedly enjoying flirting from other men. Is what you've done cheating? I don't know. If your husband was perfect and told you he enjoyed flirting, would that be cheating to you? It's borderline, which isn't good in marriage. It doesn't really matter what he has or has not done. This isn't eye for an eye. Bottom line here is, your husband cheated and you like the attention. Get a divorce. Or, get into an office with a therapist and stop enjoying other men's attention, and you need to smash his phone so he stops as well. 2 to tango. Your mistake was throwing it into his face. You liked how this guy is flirting with you, giving you attention, and you liked it. Seriously, if your marriage was as rough as you say, I would have probably did the same. It sounds close to saying I found a new guy and I'm interested. I'm not excusing your husband's behavior, and I would seriously think about getting a lawyer and protecting yourself. I see this as a win for you, but you'll get abused when people hear about your new friend. I am not supporting cheating. Your husband watch OnlyFans and chatting with escort, that is worst things in relationship. That time you're leave him, but you're not leaving him. You're also flirting with other men. This time he is taking advantage and your excuse is correct, but your actions and your husband actions both are same. Just erase bad memories. Yes, this is also emotional cheating, both are cheating each other emotionally. In future don't do that. Every cheater's giving excuses like husband, wife cheating, so I also need attention to others. Next story 2. Cheated on while pregnant. I don't know where to turn. I'll start by saying I'm sorry how this post is written. I'm not in a good state of mind. For some background info, my now ex-boyfriend and I had what I thought was an amazing relationship. We never argued, it was completely different from any relationship I've been in, and I fully trusted someone for the first time in my life. I am 24 and he is 35. He has 2 other kids with someone from a previous relationship, but he was always transparent about everything, at least I believed that, and I thought he was an amazing father to his kids. Well into our relationship, we decided to have a baby and I got pregnant the first month we tried. This was something we were so excited for and I was the happiest I'd ever been. All of that came crashing down very quickly. Right after I found out I was pregnant, I found out he had cheated on me with the ex-girlfriend in our early relationship. I contemplated leaving then, but he swore it was only when our relationship started and I was too scared to leave now that I was pregnant. I made the very naive decision to stay and it is my biggest regret. I'm now halfway through the pregnancy and just found out today that he has cheated on me the entire relationship with the ex-girlfriend. He was actually still with her when he met, even though he told me they had broken up years before then. The last time they slept together was 2 days ago. She sent me ring camera footage of him claiming that this baby was an accident. He couldn't believe he was stuck raising a child with me and that it is his biggest regret. I have never felt so hurt in my life. I feel like the last few years of my life have been a complete lie, because they were. He never loved me. This is my first baby and my pregnancy has been hell from the start. I am so depressed, I genuinely feel like taking my life because I feel like I have nowhere to turn to. I feel like I failed as a mother already because I can't give my son a family. I desperately need advice or words of encouragement or even just for others to share their story. This is the absolute darkest time of my life and I can't understand how I could possibly deserve to be dealt this hand. Kaminet. I'm so sorry. Even though it may seem like there is no way out, you will come out of this, and when that day comes you will be thankful that the truth was brought to you before your son is here. You will meet someone that genuinely appreciates you and knows how to love you the right way. This isn't your fault. Forget about him and concentrate on yourself and your son. You need to get lots of rest, eat well and try to relax as much as possible. Exercise to stay fit and get plenty of sleep. You're growing a new life and nothing is as important right now. It's a waste of time to try to figure out why they do it. There is no reason that makes any sense. Better to be sad for a few days, accept that he failed you, and show up for yourself and your baby. You didn't deserve it. That's just not how things happen. You didn't fail as a mother. You chose to have a child with someone you thought was a good dad and partner. That's being a good mother. Being wrong is impossible to avoid as a human. Some people are just really good at lying and manipulating, and to see it you'd have to be paranoid, and that's no way to live your life. You're trusting and caring, and he exploited that, but that doesn't make those bad traits. And a mom is a family. I'm so sorry, Op. You will survive this awful situation. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for. Hopefully, you are free of that man. I'm not sure why he would want to create a child with you if he's still hitting up his ex-girlfriend. It sounds like he was playing both of you. Go no contact and concentrate on your healing. Do you have family you can stay with for a while? Next story 3. Wife of 12 years cheated and then moved out. My wife of 12 years started an affair with a colleague less than a year after our child was born. I caught them chatting by pure accident. Confronted her and was blamed that it was my fault, since I didn't pay her any attention since the child came. It's not that I have not paid attention, I noticed she was emotional, stressed and burdened by things around her and at work. So I stopped asking things from her, like being intimate or helping around the child or house. I shouldered it all so she could rest, since I thought that was what she needed. Knowing what I know now, she was probably looking for a way to break up and / or spend more time with AP. She said she would give us a chance and stop talking with him. I believed her, and about a year went until she said no, I can't anymore. I knew she was still talking with AP, found messages etc. So she looked for an apartment and found one and moved out August last year. I helped her move. But she still spent a lot of time with me and our child until she decided in January of this year to move for real into her apartment. She said she needed to do this to find herself and to figure out what she wanted in life. I have read enough stories here to know what that means, don't have any real proof, but I am very certain what she has been doing. I decided to make myself busy with other things, working out and attending work events etc. to try to focus on myself. However, I missed our family regardless during all this time. I still do. But I would never admit that to her. I told my wife in the beginning, I will never come asking you for anything, and it all comes down to you if you want to commit to our family and solve this. But by the time that happens, there is no guarantee that I am interested in fixing it. Time goes by and we sometimes on weekends do something together with our child. I get vibes that she is regretting and wants to fix things. But she never admits to it. But somehow I get the feeling it will be fine. Until last week, when I again by mistake saw that she is chatting with AP and declaring I love you to each other. That's when I decided enough already. I talked with her that evening and said I won't put up with this anymore. You are married and have a boyfriend at the same time. Let's just sign the divorce papers and be over with it. After a lot of talk and crying from her side, she signed it. I asked her no communications unless it's regarding our child. It's been barely a week since we signed the papers. But she writes to me short sentences about our child now and then. I am devastated since I probably had built up the expectations we would reconcile. But here we are. I am sad and down for the most part. I try to occupy my mind to not think. But it's just so hard. I want my family, but I hate what she has become and done to us. Comment. Sorry to hear this, but congrats. You are now free of fear, doubt, and worry. Your life is now full of possibilities. She sounds like another bored middle-aged housewife going through a midlife crisis, seeking attention / validation. You're 34, still in your prime, and things will get better. At 40, divorced, single mom, her chances of finding happiness are about 0%, her life will be sad and lonely. Your main focus is your child, be strong, be their rock. Get therapy for both of you, support from family and friends, Gray Rock /180, show her no emotion or support. It will suck for a while, but will get better. Go forth, and live your best life with your child. Godspeed. I have a very similar story to yours. 14Y married, she wanted to move out to find herself, etc. Except when I found out that she had an affair with a colleague, I didn't play the pick-me dance, which never works. Look where that got you, no offense. I also didn't help her move. Don't be her friend, mate. She emotionally abused you, put you at risk of STDs, destroyed your child's foundation in life, and clearly just kept you close to have both options. Her relationship with AP won't last. But you can't take her back. Never be the second choice / plan B. Make sure you get 50/50 custody. It sucks and I'm still suffering also. We will get through this. You're doing the right things. I'm right there with you. My wife of 16 years abruptly left and got an apartment 3 days after dropping the bomb and got on a dating app that week. I'm mourning the marriage, and just have to keep telling myself she's gone. I'm 1 month in and have to cope with these things. Even if you're doing all the right things, it's still so hard. Only time will heal.